What's going on, everybody? Nate Powell from FerociousBeard.com here. We're just waiting for some people to show up, if they show up, and if they don't, that's okay. Hey, Steve, what's going on? Thanks for joining. Just waiting to see if anybody shows up here. The last week when we did it, hey, what's going on, Lance? Bearded Downloads in the house. Is this music too loud or what? I gotta turn it down a little bit. I always think for these types of things, these contests and stuff, giveaways, it always makes sense to kind of come on strong and bring it on. When I make some of the other videos, I'm quiet because it's late at night. My kids are trying to get to sleep, so I like to try to have a little bit of fun, a little bit louder when it's still kind of early. So, but these are some pretty cool riffs, man. These are like some. You pay a fee and then you get this music that you can play in the background, and it's not going to be like, hey, we're going to pull your channel or cut your video because you're using copyrighted material or stuff like that. So, hey, Alyssa, how's it going? Thanks for popping in and saying hi. I appreciate you. You guys doing okay in Oklahoma? I'll bring the music down a little bit. And then, whoops, wrong button. Sorry, I'm just getting used to this. So we've got a giveaway going on. Don't forget to like the video. Yes, please like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. If you like the video, please like and subscribe and share with your friends. We really, we're still a shoestring company. We've been around since 2017, and we're just getting started now with the whole getting the word out in ways that I like to get the word out. We obviously got the green screen behind me because we're in a pretty small spot for where this room is, and so I want to make it look professional and look great, and so it's just, plus it's fun. I love doing the green screen stuff. It's just one of those things that's fun to do. So we have actually more people entered this giveaway than last week. So last week we had 10 people enter, and this week we had 12 people enter. And I think it's because it's a new platform. Being on YouTube, doing live videos is new to me on YouTube, fairly new to me. So I'm just kind of getting used to doing the lives here on YouTube. I mean, I've done some stuff on Instagram and that kind of stuff. But, it's definitely a learning experience, learning YouTube, learning about this program, and learning how to make things all kind of work and look good. So, for some reason, my volume just dropped down a lot, and I'm not sure exactly why. Hold on one second. All right, let me just turn that down, and then let me just bring this up, the microphone. I just want to be able to hear myself a little bit better than I am now. So, here we go. Okay, so like I mentioned, we have more people who have entered this giveaway than last giveaway. We had 12 people, and in a minute, I'm going to give everybody a number, everyone who's entered a number. And so let's see. Oh, so Bearded Download says he'd think I'm the only one that uses a green screen. So the green screen's pretty cool because you can do, effects. Obviously, you can, I can change the wall and make it gray or whatever color I want. Back to the black. I can jump over, right away to all sorts of different things we can do. So, yeah, that's right. Mr. Beardtastic does too. If I remember, doesn't he have a fire department screen, if I remember correctly? I'm not 100% sure. I might be wrong about that, but I think so. Sorry, you guys hear my dog in the background downstairs. We have 2 little dogs and a German Shepherd, so they are running around like crazy. So, hey, Brad, what's going on? Thanks for jumping in. Thanks for liking that intro. Yeah, that intro is pretty cool. I do like it. Those red eyes get me all the time, man. I'm like, oh, man, this is a perfect intro. So his screens don't change. Yeah. The thing is, I use OBS to make these presentations. And hey, Logan, thanks for joining. Appreciate you. We are doing our live giveaway. Of course, but you would have had to have entered by now. It's noon. But we have 12 folks that have entered the giveaway. We're going to do a giveaway every Friday, so don't miss it. We do the giveaway on Friday, and then over the weekend I put out a new video, and then all you have to do is watch that video and follow the instructions, and you'll be able to enter yourself, and you will be just as you'll have just as much shot of winning as anybody else. And we don't care if you're in the U.S., Ireland, the UK, Australia. Everybody's eligible to enter these giveaways. You know, we don't have any restrictions about like, you know, oh, this is going to cost too much for shipping. You know what? We're all in this together, guys, and we are all one big family. And so everybody in the world who can reach ferociousbeard.com can enter our giveaways. So let's see. I want to just talk. Oh, real quick. But before I forget, even, you know, obviously like and subscribe, but I do want to give a big thank you to the folks out there helping us all in this fight that we're in together. Our teachers, our doctors, our nurses, everybody in the medical facilities, just the police officers, fire department, our U.S. military, everybody. Thank you guys so much for everything you're doing. And of course, everybody else in this country and in the world who's doing their part to help us against the coronavirus. Guys, it's no joke. This stuff is real, and we gotta hunker down, and we gotta do what we gotta do. And I promise you, yes, things are gonna get bad, but they will get better. I promise it will get better at some time. All of this, we're just like, life is on pause right now. So just hang tight. And if you need any help, reach out to somebody. Reach out to me. Reach out to your friends. Reach out to people. Let's all keep each other safe and secure, guys. Okay. So here's the deal. The prize this week for tonight is what we call the Colorado Cabin Beard Oil, and this beard oil is something that we all came up with on an Instagram about 2 weeks ago, and it consists of the following: pine, peppermint, rose, sage, and fireplace embers. It smells really, really amazing. It's a great scent. Obviously, it's got kind of a pine and wintry peppermint scent to it, but that sweetness from the fireplace embers and then the nature of the sage and the rosemary, it just comes together really, really well. Beta Ferocious Hand Sanitizer. I do not have any. In fact, it's tough to get sanitizer just for ourselves. And we have some left over from the Bath and Body Works. My wife has about 50 of those little containers that we get every time we go there. But I don't have any Ferocious Hand Sanitizer at the moment. I was going to make some, but I just couldn't get the ingredients to make it. So, no, I just have what's on stock here. Hope you guys have at least something to... but washing your hands is just as good. We do have beard wash, which is also a body wash. And that stuff is literally... It's got glycerin in it, and it's soap, right? So it's liquid Castile soap with glycerin, and then we fragrance it. If you have that, you can use that to wash your hands. Everything, any soap you can get, it's going to kill whatever's on your hand. So the Colorado Cabin Beard Oil, that's what we came up with together as a group, and that's one thing that we do at Ferocious is we love to kind of just hook up, we talk about things, we come up with a plan, and we make it, and then it's out on the website. Now, there is a little bit of a delay. I didn't put this on the site yet, but this weekend it's going on the site. The Colorado Cabin Beard Oil. Balm, butter. We'll even have a wax of that. All because of people like you and everybody just getting together here and coming up with a new scent. Legendary. That's right. That's a clue, guys. Legendary. So that will be coming out too. I'll let Download talk about that a little bit more, but that's going to be coming out too. So let's do this. Here's the number of assignments. So there were 12 people that entered. That's 2 more than there were last week. So we are, if you think about it, that's a 20% increase in the amount of people that have entered our giveaways. So awesome. Thanks, guys. So here are the numbers. Lance A is number 1. Trent H is number 2. Bearded Beta is number 3. Drew's Nitro Shop is 4. Lenny B, number 5. Bearded Chef, you're number 6. Raphael M, 7. Chris B, number 8. Tony C, 9. Logan W is 10. Brad C, you are number 11. And Leo S, number 12. So now what we'll do is we're going to go over to the random number generator here. So let's switch over to that, and we should be seeing, let me set this up, I should say, to 12. So we have 12 entrants. So we'll do a little countdown here, and when we generate the number, whatever number it stops at, or that's who the winner is going to be. So without further ado, let's do this. Number 10, that would be Logan W. Here, just so you guys, let me bring this spreadsheet over here. Not a spreadsheet, but a notepad. This is, here we go. So congratulations to Logan W. You are the winner of this giveaway. So congratulations. I will be reaching out to you to get your contact information, and we will go ahead and send this right out to you. We'll send it out this weekend. As soon as we get your address, we'll send it out. So awesome. Let's switch back to the black wall here. So awesome. Congratulations. That's I love doing these giveaways, guys. It's just you know, I love to get the word out about Ferocious. I love for you guys to try new scents that you haven't tried before. We're always up to making new scents, and I love to listen to what you guys have to say. And I'm just curious if there's any way to bring anyone else on here live. Participant pop-out chats. You're welcome, Logan. You're absolutely welcome. Thank you, and congratulations. You did win. You are a winner. But everybody's a winner. Everybody's a winner if you're using Ferocious. You know, we really appreciate it, and you know we make some really great stuff, and we back everything with a 100% money back guarantee. And I really appreciate all the business you guys bring to us. It's extremely helpful. You know, I think, you know, there's so many of these small businesses out there, and your supporting small businesses really helps a family, essentially, right? Because like we're using some of this, you know, money for groceries and things like that as we all get through this. And I'm sure everybody's kind of got their own plans about what they're doing. So, you know, Ferocious is my baby, and I love working on Ferocious stuff. I love producing things for you. My wife really loves it too. You know, we do this together, so we really appreciate it. So that does it for the giveaway. Hey, what's up? Andrew's in the house. I'm gonna pass those business cards out my trash route to any beard I see. Awesome. Thanks. As long as you don't throw them in the trash, that's awesome with me. Thank you. I appreciate you. That's awesome. Yeah, you know, sometimes we'll just put things down like in a restroom. We'll put a business card out there, and maybe someone will grab it, and maybe they won't. But you know, we love to get the word out about Ferocious and about, you know, all the different things that we're doing. You know, we've revamped our ambassador program. If anybody's interested in being an ambassador, ambassador/affiliate, it's really the same thing here. But the rewards are ridiculous. I mean, the two of these guys on this board, at least, who are ambassadors, all they're going to do is check their balance in their Ferocious funds, and they're going to be like, holy crap, I'm getting free stuff. I mean, you know, we reward our ambassadors who use, if someone uses their code, we reward them with Ferocious funds now, and it's amazingly high. So it's essentially like getting free products if someone just uses your code a couple of times or once or twice, depending on what they get. So and it adds up, guys. So if you're interested in being an ambassador at Ferocious, let me know. I'd love to talk to you about it and see if you're interested. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I got my bottle of oil and conditioner for free with my funds. That's right. And it's shipped. It's shipped today. So, Andrew, you missed the giveaway. Logan won. He was the winner this week. But every Friday, we have a giveaway. And I'm going to make it easier, I think, to enter. Just because I was thinking about, okay, so the way it's set up now, right? You have to watch the video, answer a question, send an email, and then I got to go and compile all the emails, make sure they're right, and then I'm thinking I might when I make the video for the next week's giveaway, which will be this weekend, I'm thinking that what I'll do is I'll just have you making sure you like and subscribe, and then enter a comment below about the question I ask in that video. And that way you can stay in one section. And I think it might be easier than the whole rigmarole of sending an email and all this and that. But I think I'm going to make it easier. So next week's prize is going to be a custom beard oil. So we make create your own beard oils here at Ferocious. And so what we'll do is we will pick a winner and they can choose whatever beard oil they want. We'll make it for them. In fact, let's do this. Let's make it a custom combo. A beard oil and balm or beard oil and butter, your choice. Some people like the butter a lot more these days. So it's going to be a custom balm matching, the oil in the balm or the oil in the butter. So it's up to you. How's that sound? You can use random comment picker websites to pick the winner. Brad, I saw something like that a couple of days ago, and I was like, hey, you know what? This would make it a lot easier. So, yeah, not just for me, but for everybody. I mean, I think it'll be easier for everybody involved if they just make a comment on there. We might get a couple of more folks who have entered just because it is a little easier. So, but yeah, that's the way I think we're going to do it. So I'll make the video this weekend, but yes, the prize for next week will be a custom combo, oil and balm or oil and butter, your choice. Thank you, Logan. I appreciate that. I've noticed since we put the custom combo or the custom product on the front page, we've gotten several more orders for the custom products. We've had it for a while, and over time, there's just been, a handful of orders that'll come in with a custom. But since I've been promoting it on the front of the page, we've gotten several more. So it's fun to do, though. I love doing the customs because it's so different from the standard, the standard 55 beard oils we're doing. But it's, it's something different, and that's what makes it fun to do. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. Purposely Bearded, it's going great. Thank you for asking. I work at home now. My day job is at home in this room. So I'm home. We're all home literally pretty much 22 hours of the day now. We don't get out too much except to go to the post office to drop off things, and they have an outside box, and I drop it all in there, and then we'll do that Kroger pickup. So we'll pick up the groceries at 11 o'clock on a Saturday or something. We'll just swing over there and grab it. So we're in the house. We're not out and about doing stuff. So we're safe and secure. So thank you for asking, though. How are you doing? So Barb mentioned to me the other day the little slogan that's over which way? This way here. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going. Are you coming with me? To me, I like that saying a lot. She's like, that doesn't make any sense. I think it makes perfect sense. Hours of work are getting cut. Okay. Yeah. You're excited about that. So, Andrew, do you work like 40 hours a week, or do you work less than that? Well, now you'll work less than that, but Purposely Beard, my Walmart now has a line to go into Walmart. Okay, and it bounced. Oh, yeah, because I think they're only letting certain people, a certain amount of people in at a time now. I think it's like 10 or 20 people. So, Brad, you've been working from home for 2 weeks, enjoying the extra time with the wife and 4-year-old. Yeah, and being able to help the pregnant wife. Yeah, I remember those days a lot. Of course, the kids are getting, they're in 4th and 6th grade now. They're getting older quickly. Just on the side to have something to do outside of school. Okay, awesome. Yeah, but as long as you are making enough to be able to at least pay the bills and, anything else is, try to obviously save as much as you can, but it'll all get better. Okay. Purposely is a bouncer. Okay. Nice. I remember when I was younger and I worked in security, and I worked at this power plant, and we were right next door to this club in Providence, Rhode Island. And those of you that have ever followed boxing, you may have heard of Vinny Pazienza. He was pretty locally famous in Rhode Island, and he used to go to this club every now and then. And so we would hang out at like 2 in the morning next to the fence line where the power plant ended and the club started, and just watch the police come through, and time to disperse, guys, and they'd spray their spray into the air totally illegally, and everybody would just disperse and go home. But good stuff. Colorado Cabin worked out great. It smells amazing. That pine, peppermint, sage, rosemary, and the fireplace embers. It's an awesome scent. I've been wearing it for the past couple of days periodically just to try it out, and then take a shower and I'll try something else. But that one, it's working out great, and that's the prize that was for tonight's giveaway. And we're going to be putting it on the website for sale too this weekend. I got a little bit behind. I was going to do it earlier this week, but with the transition and working from home now, it just seems like you lose track of days. It's pretty easy to forget if it's a Monday or Wednesday or Tuesday. Yes. Oh, thank you. That barbershop, yeah. So barbershop is now called barbershop. We used to call it old time barbershop when we first created the scent, but it's now just called barbershop, mostly because we want to make sure it fits on the labels in prominently and it doesn't stretch out too much. So it's called barbershop now. So I'm letting the beard grow out again. Yes, I cut it way shorter than I intended to, and I was disappointed in myself for that. I was just trying to trim underneath here, and then next thing I knew, I just went in too deep, and I almost had layers. I had like an outside layer that went down, and then a middle layer that was like an inch shorter than the outside layer, and then I had this shaving line, so it was like 3 layers, like steps. So I just kind of brought it all to about equal, and then I'm just letting it grow again. I'm just going to trim around here. I'm not going to even touch underneath it anymore, at least for a while. So that's my plan for my beard. I keep saying I'm going to trim my line here, and I just never get around to doing it. I'm going to do that. Just sometimes it comes out too square. So yes, the GI Bill and the housing allowance. That GI Bill, man, that's something else. And yeah, and thank you for your service. We had the Montgomery GI Bill when I was in. So when I get out, I get out in '94, and so it was something like $10,200 or something like that. But I used most of it at a community college, but I never actually finished my degree. I'm still about 20. Ooh, new order. Awesome, thank you. Thank you for the order. I am about 20 credits shy of my bachelor's degree. I had been recently, when I say recently, most recently, attending Western Governors University. It's an online school, and I was about 21 hours away, and then between just life got in the way, and I ended up having to just kind of temporarily put a halt to it. But my intention is to go back and finish that. So Logan, if you're talking about my beard, I appreciate that. If that's the case, I mean, I think it generally grows in pretty well over here. Which side was it? It's this side would get patchy underneath it, but I noticed over time it would grow over it and then kind of hide that. So the more you grow it, the patches kind of hide. So trying to think of ways we can continue to well, continue to get the word out about Ferocious. I'm telling you what, there's I sit back sometimes and I have a video on patchy beards. Yeah, I would love to see that. Because I'm telling you, I mean, really for me, it's just like just let it grow, and over time it will hide, and it'll be like it's not there. Of course, if you trim your beard down, then it will become noticeable again. But otherwise, you can see it. I'm about to step up my Ferocious game. Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean every day we talk about like my wife and I will talk about what can we do next, and and it's one of those things like you don't want to get in everyone's face so much that people get tired of it, but at the same time there are so many things that differentiate Ferocious from other companies, and you know so you have to kind of be strategic and just not like blast everybody with it, but at the same time it's like so many different scents, veteran discounts, custom scents. We can adjust a particular bottle if it's too strong and next time you want to order something a little less strong, or if it's too weak you want to make it stronger. We can do that easily without charging you extra for it. So Logan, those custom oils, man, we have about 35 or 40 fragrance oils and about the same essential oils. So when you start mixing them together, I think I figured out one day if you mix just 4 scents together, you could theoretically come up with like 8 million possible combinations compared to, and that's crazy, right? Yeah, who has tried Tequila Paradise? Somebody did, and I got some feedback. Let me see if I can get the feedback on the Paradise. I saw it earlier, but the thing is, I'm not sure if it was on my Instagram or if it was on the Facebook Messenger. But somebody really, really liked it. They talked about how it was just so fresh. So Beardius Maximus, what's going on, brother? Thanks for jumping in here. Oh yeah, best veteran discount of every company I know. That's one thing that's just really important to me, is making sure that we're taking care of our veterans. So ever since day one, it's always been 25% on everything that we have a Ferocious Beard. And we, on Veterans Day, boost that to 50%, just because why not, right? I mean, I love to take care of our own, I guess we could say. And so you're welcome. Thank you. Appreciate that. I was happy to have served. I was in Europe for 3 years and then Wyoming for a year. Went to Turkey for 3 months in Salopi, Turkey, and Zaku, Iraq. And then went to Italy for a year on the beach. So it was great. I had a good time in the Air Force. Desert Storm days. That's when I learned that. So normally there's no drinking 8 hours prior in the military to being, given your weapon. But when there's a war, they knock on your door. Paul, get your shit. I'm like, okay. And they issue you your weapon when it's wartime. So it was very interesting watching CNN like everybody else back then during the Desert Storm. Also, purposely, just to use your wash for the first time today, I've only had 3 beard washes and yours lathers the best. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, it's very purposely created to specifically do one thing. Get in really easily, clean the shit out of your beard, and then get out really easily, right? I mean, it lathers just a little bit, lathers up, gets all those suds in there, gets everything out of there, and then as soon as you put the water over it, whew, it just disappears like it was never there. Although you can feel it's clean, but it's not like squeaky clean. 1111 will be my biggest order ever. Just use, okay, well, let me see. Yeah, for sure. We'll definitely talk about service. I love talking about anything, and I had a good time in the military. There's a lot of stories, so it was a good time. Hey, Jeff, thanks for jumping in here. Yeah, Brad, the butter, I just did a video on the butter yesterday too, and I posted it yesterday. That butter, I think you're going to really like it. It's mostly shea butter, and then we use lanolin, and the lanolin's kind of a little bit of elasticity. There's elasticity in the lanolin. Oh boy, those are some tough words. And so it helps, it just helps with the feel of it, and it, there's no, wax or anything like that, because butters don't generally have wax, but it's still going to give a little bit of hold, but it's going to make your beard really deeply conditioned. Ready for COVID to be over so we can get to Tex-Mex and catch a baseball game together. Hell yeah, brother. I mean, now that the Rangers are going to be an indoor stadium, but yeah, me too. Would love to go see a Rangers game, and of course Tex-Mex. I'm always up for that. So for sure. Yes, Maximus. Oops, what the heck is this? I get these pop-ups come up here. Savage butter. Time for some more soon. Get some, yeah, and tell you what, we have ever since, well, probably for the past 18 months on and off, we've been running a sale on our butters where if you buy one, you get the second one at 50% off. Unfortunately, it doesn't work in the app, but it'll work on the website or the mobile website. Just unfortunately, the app, it can't connect the discount because the discount's kind of provided by a different app, and so it can't grab that discount and put it into our regular Ferocious Beard app that you can download at the App Store. So I would recommend, if you want to get the butter and you're going to get more than one, go to the website to order it, because that app will automatically reduce one of them by 50%. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, we should all hook up. We should have a local hookup when all this stuff is over, and just get together and just have fun, just talk and just have a great time. Waxahachie, and I'm in like near Keller, so I'm like in far north Fort Worth, near the kind of like near the Alliance Town Center, if anyone's familiar with that area. Yeah, it would be great. Barbecue at Ferocious headquarters. I'm up for that. We got some rain today, but not a lot though. It got windy, but we just had just a rainstorm come through here during the mid-afternoon is when it came through. But yeah, I was noticing on the weather today, like down near between Austin and San Antonio, they got hit pretty badly. Yeah, Jeff, me too, man. I'll be glad when this virus is over too. It's like it's so limiting to everybody. Like nobody can do anything really. I mean, Barb the other day, just out of normal, with the kids being at home, she's like, you know what? Why don't we just go to the movies one of these days? And it's like, well, don't forget, we can't. It's closed. Everything is closed. Yeah, yeah. The severe stuff is really. It looked pretty severe on the radar that I saw down there. Let me see. I just want to see. Well, I hope the weather's decent tomorrow. I just don't know what tomorrow will be really cold for April. Oh, crap! Yeah, it jumped today, like from 70s to 40s, I believe. I think it was like 43 degrees when I went to the post office to drop off some packages. They close at 6, so I usually, after my day job, I'll just go downstairs. Barb's made all the products, and then we'll just go ahead and, pack it all up, and then I'll bring it that afternoon before 6, or she'll bring it during the day, and that's why we're able to get stuff out so quickly. Bipolar Texas, yeah, it is. It's crazy. It really is. And, it could be snowing in the panhandle and it'll be like 50 or 40 degrees here. Was it nice in Tennessee? Cool. Good. Yeah. I mean, what was the temperature? Or was it just, was it like 60s, 70s? Close to 70. Wow. That's decent. That's really good. And it's only April. Speaking of hot temperatures, I don't think we're going to do it this year, but every single time we came out with a whipped oil, like a whipped butter or something, it always happened to be the middle of summer. And so it, of course, melted. Yeah, Brad, I am. I'm missing the farmers markets. Um, and it's funny, too, because like the Watauga Farmers Market, they keep trying to convince everybody who's a vendor, oh, you know what? We're still going to be open for business. We're still going to be the alternative to grocery stores when you can't get in there. And but the thing is, I just don't expect a lot of people are going to be going to the farmers markets, nor do I really think it's worthwhile to go during this because, I mean, the whole point of me going to the farmers market is so people can come up to us and actually smell the products, touch them, feel them, and I'm just, I don't feel comfortable having the products out in this environment. So that's why we've always been online anyway. So I just went to an online strictly only. And plus, I'm not having to pay the fee to be at the farmer's market. And we're still available to ship to everybody. So, that's why we decided to do that. And I've noticed too, like there's several farmers markets. The one in Watauga, Texas, where I am a vendor, that company manages several different farmers markets, and they've closed down Watauga and several others, and there's only a couple now. So let's see. Yeah, the farmers, they're fun though because they're fun to meet people, and they're fun to kind of let people try things that without on the website it's kind of hard to you see a scent and you're like, wow, I wonder what that smells like, but I don't know if I feel like buying it. I just want to smell it. So at the farmer's market, it's great for that because you get a chance to really smell all of them. Yeah, Beardus, me too, man. I mean, based on if we can, base what's happening here on what happened in China, then what, November, December, January, February, and that's when it started to slow down after that over there. So here, like mid January, February, March, April, mid May time frame, as long as everybody does their part, then I think we're going to see the light at the end of the tunnel probably around just before summer, if I had to guess. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, we aren't even going for takeout, much less a farmer's market. Right, exactly. And that was my thought. It's like, who's going to be going out, you know? Um, Brad says we have a baby due at the end of May, so we really hope it slows down. We are terrified of what the hospital will be like when we get there. Brad, I understand completely. I share your concern, man. It is scary. It's absolutely scary. That's what it is. So, you know, I so end of May. So yeah, let's keep our fingers crossed so we can get that curve down to you know, to where then things will start to slowly return back to what we know. Um, let's see. Yeah, Brad, I remember when my children, so my oldest, I'm sorry, she was premature, so we went to the hospital quite a bit after she was born, and um, so yeah, I mean, lot of babies in there, that's for sure. So bro, I need to try your orange cream pop scent. Yes, you do. If you haven't tried it yet, if you like the orange cream, if like, all right, imagine in your mind you're going to the freezer, you're pulling out the orange cream pop, and then you bite into it. What it tastes like is what it smells like. It smells really like spot on exact. And so the deal with that one was when we first created that scent, we used essential oils. We used vanilla and orange essential oil. And it smelled good, but it didn't smell like what was in my mind. And so over after about a year and a half or two, we tried out different combinations of things and then fragrance oils, and we found some fragrance oils that smelled like what I envisioned it to be. So we switched it from an essential oil product to a fragrance oil product, which in the end worked out better because it now smells like what I envisioned it to be. And I think it smells much more authentically like the orange and vanilla creamsicle. Oh, Brad, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I do completely understand that. So one thing I didn't mention here, but I will mention it now, is that Julia was one of two, and my son Noah was stillborn. I completely understand what you're saying and share your fears, brother. So my thoughts are with you, man. If I could only keep one scent that I've made, what scent would that be? Boy, that's a tough one. I really like Sublime, which used to be called Lime Sublime, but I like that one a lot. Like that's one that I could wear it every day and never get really sick of it. Um, so that's probably it's a nice light scent, but I do like Fetish quite a bit. It's stronger, obviously, but the Fetish is a great scent. So I guess those are the two that I would, if I had to, and then I'd just flip a coin, I guess, and whatever it landed on, I'd take that one. Cream Pop is amazing. My girlfriend made me put it on before bed last night. Okay, okay, now we don't want to hear any more, do we? So far, 3 Ferocious scents are in my top 10, with one of them being a top 3 or 4. Awesome. That's awesome. Fetish, Texas Peach, and I cannot wait to get Barbershop and Beard. This has to be the best barbershop I've ever smelled. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, the thing is, like, I mean, I've heard it said before, that some people would prefer a company would focus on a small amount of scents and really, um, get those scents to the best they can possibly be and then just stick with them. Where my opinion is, once you've done that, then what? They're as good as you could potentially make it unless you change it. So why not have more scents? And that's for a long time I went back and forth between having a small amount of scents and saying, you know what, I'm gonna have as many scents as I come up with or as we come up with as a group, and we're gonna just keep growing our scent base out as well. And that way people will have a ton of choices. And I think in the end I decided a couple of months ago, when the new year started, and I went to 12 cents, and then I was like, people were like, hey, well, don't you have this or don't you have that? And I'm like, you know what? You're right. You guys are the customers, and if we make it, why shouldn't we sell it? So we decided to go full, balls to the wall with these as many scents as people like to buy. So that's why we have so many scents. And then since we have all those scents anyway, like all the different essential oils and fragrance oils, why not let people do the customs? And that's why we have the customs. Oh, yes, Brad, that's a great point. I was going to mention too. So Lone Wolf is similar to a barbershop, but to me it's like a barbershop with some spiciness added to it. but it definitely has the characteristics of a barber shop. Andrew says, every scent I've gotten you from has been awesome. Well, thank you. There's a couple of, like, there's one scent, well, it's called Just Tea Tree. Um, that's the one scent that has like 1 star because it's just literally tea tree. And unless you really like tea tree, you're not going to like it. So, but we keep it up there, I think, just because, you know, some people like tea tree. Although that 1 star just kind of, I don't know, not that it bothers me, but I keep it on there on balance, which I think it's important to be transparent. And so if somebody doesn't like something and they post a 1 star, I'm not going to not post it. Of course I'll post it. But, and I think that kind of that 1 star keeps me grounded as far as making, saying, look, not everybody likes everything we have. Some people do. And some people don't, but I want people to be honest with their reviews, and I'm going to post them whether they're 5 stars or 1 stars or somewhere in the middle. So, oh, Logan, you want me to name it? Okay, I can name it, or but I mean, we can name it whatever you want, or I'll name it. So yeah, so let's see. Kind of like Fable's Beard, the barber. That one is Barber and Cinnamon Whiskey. Oh, cinnamon whiskey sounds good. Um, yeah, it is kind of like a hard. It's like a sweet, spicy barber shop. The Lone Wolf. And Lone Wolf actually, I don't know if you guys know this, but Lone Wolf wasn't my original creation. Um, there's a guy who goes by Big Bub, and he had Lone Wolf on his site, and I think he ran an I always mispronounce it, Etsy site or Etsy site, right? And I ordered it from him, and I really liked the scent of it. And maybe 6 months later, he decided to close shop. So, well, I really like that scent, and so I was like, "Hey, man, do you mind if I buy that recipe off you?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure, that'd be great." And so I did, and then we were able to carry it at Ferocious. So that's the reason is because I really like that scent. I didn't want to not be able to get it myself anymore, so that's why I did that. And plus, he's a nice guy, and I wanted to keep that going. That scent. Do I have a scent? Oh, you left a review on Autumn Leaf about 10 minutes ago. Awesome. Thank you very much. I will. So what happens when people place reviews on the website, it comes to a queue on the back end at Ferocious, and then I'll go in and I just I my goal is to respond to every review. They are kind of, some of them are stacked up, but I'll post them usually within 24 to 72 hours when I get in there, and then it'll show up on the website like a minute or two later, so other people can see it. I don't know what Moscow Mule is. Um, so I don't know. What is that, Andrew? What is a Moscow Mule? I can Google it, but I'm not sure. I've never heard that term before. Let me see. Moscow Mule. Oh, here we go. Spicy ginger flavor? Obviously, I'm not. I mean, I like margaritas and beer, so I've not had a Moscow Mule. Uh, I'm just looking for. Oh, see, that's the thing. A lot of so you need ginger beer, vodka, and lime juice. So you know something, I need to check because we might have some ginger that's not posted on the website because my wife bought some fragrance and essential oils for her soaps that she was making, and also for some skin cream stuff or skincare stuff. So she may have some ginger, and if she does, then I will add that as an ingredient that people can use, they can use, and then we can do that because we have lime essential oil and it smells good. Dublin version, Dublin Mule, which is Irish whiskey with the ginger. All right, Logan, you forgot to use that 2020. No problem, and I will. I'll give you back 30%. Because you intended to, I'm sure. I mean, everybody can use that code. I'll give you the 30% back in a refund. So thank you. Yeah, let's see. Real men drink Miller Lite. I'm into Dallas Blonde myself. So the let me see. I want to make sure I get these. So I don't have a. Someone had asked if I have a gunpowder scent. I don't have one. I should look into that because several people have asked about gunpowder scent and they commented. Some people really like it. There's several I've talked to that don't, but obviously, we could find some and have that as an ingredient too. So let's see. When will the women's line be up? The women's line, it's not so much that they're not ready because we make a lot of those things on demand. It's just updating the website. So I will say in the next, let's set a deadline. Let's say by the end of April we'll put it up, and I'll make some checkpoints to make sure we get that all set because I need to establish like certain scents that for some of the products that I'm not sure what it will be. What to do? Let's see. Ginger's listed on the custom scents. Oh, well, gee, appreciate that. It's been so long since I've looked at that list. It's just I see the order come in and I'll grab the scent there. But if that's the case, then when I'll have to look because I know we have all these. I have, in fact, I don't think I can show you this, but I don't think it'll work. But I had taken some pictures to use as a background for some of the green screen, and I don't know if this will come through or not. I don't know if you can see this. Let me see. These are the essential oils, and then these are the fragrance oils we have. Most of them. There's some that are on other shelves too, but here's some of the larger ones. These are like 16-ounce ones down here. So that's kind of like pretty much our whole stock of that stuff. So Beard Bay, it won't be gunpowder. It's going to be mass murder and crimson scent. Gunpowder, blood, and police tape scented. I don't drink anymore, but I avoid anything with the word light. Yeah, beer. I do not have gunpowder, but give me a little while. I can see about sourcing that, and then I'll let you know once I do have it. Sorry about spelling. I'm getting tipsy. Well, lucky you. I just have my iced tea today. Let me just drink a little. Because I wasn't sure how long this was going to last. Because the last week when we did this video, it was literally, it was like nobody was here to actually watch it live. No, nobody was. So it was like, I'm in, made what I had to do, pick the winner, and then we closed out. So tonight is, I'm very happily, pleasantly surprised. I'm glad you guys stopped by. Really makes my night, makes my week. You need leather on the customs. Logan, so you're right. We do have cedar leather, but you're talking about just a straight leather, right? I think that's a good idea. Make a note of that. And and then yeah, that's one thing I'll do too is I'll make a lot of notes when we talk here. So leather and then gunpowder. I'll look for some fragrances that smell like that. A pure leather though, right? Like yep, exactly. And you know, I've not smelled pure leather on its own, like pure leather fragrance oil, but I'm assuming it must smell kind of like a couch or something, or like a leather couch, or like a leather scent in a car. Or does it smell like a belt or something? Maybe I have smelled it. Actually, now that I think about it, like several years ago when I first started, there was a scent I got. It was leather and something. Blueberry. Yeah, blueberry would be good. I have a blackberry, but I do not have blueberry. Because we make a blackberry tobacco with the Cuban tobacco and the blackberry scent mixed together, and it smells really good. Leather, smoke, and sawdust. That would be a good one too. All these scents, leather, smoke, and sawdust. Sometimes on the Instagrams we'll come together and just create a scent with the stuff we have, and then we'll just roll it out. Depends on the source. Every straight leather beard oil has been different for me. Yeah, it's like all depends on where you get it and the quality of it, and there's so many different sources for things. So and we all have our own favorite companies that we usually will go to, but yeah, I'm always up for me. I like scents that are as authentic to what I'm envisioning in my head as possible. So, like for example, we have an oud fragrance oil. We don't have an oud essential oil because, to be quite honest, I think the essential oil is ridiculously expensive, like prohibitively expensive, honestly, for Ferocious at this point. I think that the fragrance oil route for those types of things, if you can get one that smells authentic, is worthwhile. Because I think A, you can save a lot of money, like as a company owner, and B, you can pass on that savings to people who would otherwise be spending more on an oud scent that's authentic essential oil. So, bearded beta wouldn't want the wife to see the bank expensive. Yeah, right. You have so many ideas but don't have the means to make your own oil. Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, when we first started, it was like, we were going to Sprouts, which is like a kind of like a Whole Foods, and buying little 16-ounce bottles of the carrier oils. And then that's how we got started. And then that's where we also got like the essential oils and things like that. And so we started with like a real small bunch of just essential oil ones. And then over time, expanded that into the fragrance oils, and then buying the larger carrier oils wholesale. So Texas Night was spot on perfect. Thank you. Yeah, that was a good scent. I enjoy, like I said, I love making these custom scents. They're just they're fun to make because they're not the normal everyday thing that I'm making all the time. And so anytime I get a chance to kind of experiment with different scents, and I really take my time to when it comes to the custom scents, to kind of understand what you want, and your notes help when you leave them, but like I try to really get a sense of what you're looking for, and then spend some time building them up, each scent little by little in the bottle, until it's where I think it needs to be. And then if you get a matching balm or butter, then now I know what the oil has, so I can just really just kind of multiply that by however much I need to for the balm and the butter to match the oil. Since the balm and butter is bigger than the oil, right? Because the oil's a 1 ounce, and the balms and butters are 2 ounces. Or no, 2 ounces. It's hard to see what they have in vision because scents draw a picture. You're right. But sometimes I'll chat with the folks who ask for custom scents, and they tell me what it means to them. Like, what does this scent mean to them? And so in conversations like that, it helps to draw that picture that that they're looking for. And other times we don't chat, but they'll leave notes saying, I really want this to be, a mix of vanilla and tobacco, but I'd like you to really make the tobacco a little stronger than the vanilla. And so when you look at those kinds of things, it does help you to kind of draw that picture. But you're right, though. It definitely makes more sense to talk to them if possible to see what it is they're looking for. And then at the same time, kind of the opposite of that, there's a lot of people that I've asked if they, have you thought about custom beard oil? And they say that they don't really know what goes well with what. And so I totally get that. I understand why someone might be hesitant to do that. But one thing that I will always do when I send a custom beard oil is I will put on the bottle how many drops of each fragrance oil or essential oil goes into that bottle. So that way, when they get it, they can make it themselves if they want. And not the only reason, but also in case they order again, I'll know exactly what I put into that bottle so I can reproduce it exactly the way I did when I made it the first time. But I want people to get it and say, oh, cool, now I can, as long as I have, these ingredients, I can make it myself. So Beardius says he made his own beard balm. He failed miserably. I made 10 ounces of it and it's still there in the cabinet. 3 or 4 years ago? How's that? Is that, I'm not sure if I wouldn't be using it at this point, I think. But it's fun to experiment though. And if you just keep trying, you'll find something that works for you. I've made mistakes when I first started with beard balm. We didn't have beard balm for almost 8 months. We had beard oil and that was it. And I was scared to make beard balm because, it seemed like it would be a lot more challenging. And it was back then. I didn't know anything about how to mix things. I didn't know about how much beeswax to add. I didn't know about lanolin, which we use. I didn't know about the ratios that I should use for shea butter, coconut oil. And it was when you have all those things, it sounds silly, but it's new to you. And so I'm trying to make it and trying to have it come out good and not waste stuff. It was definitely, one of those things that it took a while to get it down to where I was comfortable doing it. But then, once you do have a product that works for you, you have, hopefully you write it down and then you'll be able to reproduce that every time. It had to be at least 3 years old. I was after a coconut lime scent, and it smelled like a wax warmer scent. Yeah, something, you mentioned coconut lime too. There's a company, I think they're out of the UK, and they make a lime sublime scent. And I, for some reason, even though I know there's, it's more like a lime verbena is what it is. And so I tried lime. And I tried verbena, and I could not get it to smell the way this company had it. And I think this is why I like that Sublime so much, because it smells like that lime coconut that this other company had. And that was before I started Ferocious. It was when I first started growing a beard. And I just, for over a year, I tried to mimic that scent because I wanted to recreate it. It was one of my personal goals to recreate this scent because I liked it so much. And finally, I learned about the fact that it was a fragrance oil, not an essential oil. And when I found a scent that smelled similar to that, our Sublime, And I was like, oh, son of a bitch. It was a friggin' fragrance oil. I wasted, not wasted, but I spent a year trying to reproduce that with essential oils. So that's one of the reasons that I've been convinced that fragrance oils are sometimes just as good, if not better, than essential oils. I know they'll last longer in the beard, the scent usually. So, I mean, a lot of times essential oils, they will, especially the fruit ones, they'll just kind of dissipate too quickly. And they won't last all day in your beard, the smell. I almost got Sublime last time. I'll need to order it next time I place an order. I think if you like anything to do with lime, coconut, it doesn't smell like pure lime. Don't get me wrong. It's like definitely a fragrance oil, but it's a good smell. It's a clean smell. Let me check. Why don't we, while we're here, let me switch over to the site for a second. I want to show you something. So obviously, if you guys, some of you know, most of you know, but the mobile app is available. So download the mobile app if you get a chance, because we do push out sales on that quite a bit. Twice a week, maybe 3 times a week, we'll either a free product with your order, or like 30-40% off on something. So definitely download that if you have any if you like Ferocious and you want to be in the loop for these immediate sales, definitely download that. And then I also wanted to show you guys right here under customer service and become an affiliate. This is where you can sign up to be an affiliate. And I want to show you guys like how crazy some of these deals are. Like I typically reward people now, or the affiliates, with the center column here, this Ferocious Funds. So like if say somebody ordered $25 worth of things, we using your code, so that would fall under this line. So you're going to get 400 Ferocious Funds points, which is $10 equivalent, US dollars equivalent, like right away. Like as soon as we ship it, usually within that day or around that day, now I'm adding those funds to your Ferocious points. So as soon as you get the sale, basically, as soon as someone uses your code, you're going to save $10 if they spend between $20 and $40. If they spend between $40 and $60, you're going to get $20 worth of credit at Ferocious to use at Ferocious. And that's a beard oil, that's a balm or a butter. So you can see our points are, crazy high because we want to reward you for helping get a sale. So I wanted to show you guys that. Let me just jump on here real quick, only because I want to see if there's any more questions. Unfortunately, I can't see that. Oh, maybe I can. I can pop out. Wow. Learning something every day on this, if it'll actually pop out. Yeah, I'm new to this, guys, so sorry. I'm getting better each day. But I'm going to put this over on this screen, if I can. Oops. I need, I don't know what I need. Sorry, this, so I'm on Surface Pro here, and I've lost the chat. Where'd it go? There it is. Bunch of rain. Looks like I'll be running around the ranch looking for arrowheads. That sounds like fun. That sounds awesome. I would love nothing more to live on a big ranch. I think that would be so cool. I can see my name from here. Right? I'm like, gosh, what happened here? Oh, there it is. But I've run out of USB ports, so I don't have a mouse to plug in, unfortunately. So I'm using a little trackpad on this thing. This might not work. Let me go back to the black wall for a second. This isn't working the way I wanted it to. Oh well, no big deal. I was just anyway, I wanted to show you guys that ambassador affiliate program. 130 acres, population 13. That's crazy, man. That is huge. That just sounds like amazing. We almost moved to a place in, where would it be? In Justin, Texas, about 6 or 8 months ago. But at the last moment, we found a refinance on our current home, and it just made more sense to stay here. But yeah, that sounds like that would be awesome to live on such a huge spot with all of that land to yourself. The city of San Antonio would fit inside our fence. But what do you do with all that land, though, honestly? Like, do you camp on it? Do you, like, hunt and stuff like that? There's obviously a delay. I'm looking at the screen now, and it's, well, it's probably at least a minute behind now, I think. We're at 1 hour and 12 minutes. Well, that makes sense because I started at 8 o'clock and it's 9:12 on the computer, so maybe it's not quite a minute. Or sell white-tailed deer hunts and run a huge cattle operation. Okay. That's, I'd imagine, with 130 acres, or 130,000 acres, right? Is that what you said? Yeah, 130,000 acres. Dang. That's like, you could build a, well, like you said, you could build San Antonio right on there. Holy crap. Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get going and put that Colorado cabin on the website this weekend. That's a priority. That's going to be on there, so this way we can get it up there and people can try it. Now, one thing I do want to remind people is the Oud beta scent is out. So anybody who spends over $20 at Ferocious on their orders this weekend through Sunday, I'm sending a half-ounce bottle of that Oud so you can try it out, see if you like it. No extra, no charge. It does come with a dripper bottle though, so it's not like the kind with a bulb. You have to kind of tip it over and it's going to drip out. Just I wanted you guys to be aware of that. That's the half-ounce bottles. Those old bottles, they're kind of left over when I first started Ferocious. So they've been sitting in a closet, empty. And I thought, these would be great for these free scents. So anybody who spends 20 or more this weekend through Sunday night, I'm going to include one of those Oud bottles. And again, it's half ounce, but it's enough to last you probably a month or so. So I want to get your feedback on it too, because it is a new product for us. And I've gotten some feedback so far, but I want to get as much as I can just because I want to get everybody's opinion on, does it smell strong enough? Weak? Is it too weak? Is it too strong? Is it just right? Is it just, let me know everything you want about the Oud scent. I'd love to get your feedback on that. So there's that. I'm going to look into the Moscow Mule. I'm going to make sure we still have some ginger left downstairs. We may, but if it may need to be replaced. Because I don't recall. I don't recall having ginger, but to your point, I haven't looked at that. I don't grab the bottles that nobody orders, right? I just grab the bottles people do order with. So I will check that out to make sure we still have some. And if we don't, we'll get some more. And if we do, we'll probably still get some more because I have not grabbed that bottle in a while. And I don't even think if it's there, since nobody's ordered anything with ginger, then it's probably not even open yet. So, but anyhow, I appreciate you guys always. Thank you so much for your support. I'll make a new video to kick off next Friday's giveaway, which is going to be a custom create your own scent. Going to be an oil and balm combo or an oil and butter, your choice, combo. And so I'll kick that video off this weekend, and I'll make it a little bit simpler for you guys to enter, so you don't have to be like, okay, go here to do this, then email this, and then come back here. It's like I'm going to make it all on the one platform on YouTube, and you just make a comment in the field, in the notes down below. Just be sure to like and subscribe. I think that's a good idea if we do that to be the partially entered into the giveaway. So that pretty much is going to do it for me tonight. I really appreciate you guys stopping in here as we continue to learn about making videos over here on my end. And again, congratulations, Logan, on winning tonight's giveaway. Thank you all for entering, and I really appreciate you guys. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.